All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. Salaki about that. I had to go do something real quick, but again, shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakar, Kodash. I want to say and get double honors to the apostles and the bishop elders, a great millstone for teaching us his word in truth and sincerity and for ruling well. Salutations to the elect. Lord will know where some of those men and women that believe in fear. In the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Shai, patiently waiting for our day of salvation, the day of our redemption. And I'm the brother Gabar Yahweh from GMS Hawaii, coming to you with another lesson. And this lesson was inspired by this video. I had posted it yesterday. It was an older video that had been done like 5 years ago, but it was on a page and it was unlisted. And so I had just clicked, I put it as listed, and so it posted to the page yesterday like it was a new video or whatnot. And this was during a pandemic. And it showed you during the pandemic how desperate particular women are, and they're even more desperate today. You know, and this woman, she did a skit. You know, she was looking for a man. She was locked up in her crib because of the pandemic or whatever. And she was doing content in the skit, and you saw a lot of this during the pandemic. And so all I did was type Isaiah 4:1 because I was looking at the situation spiritually. I wasn't looking at old girl and her body, and I could care less about the haughty looks, the eyelids, the cumbrella she got on her face, the bonnet. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't paying no attention to none of that. But I noticed that certain men that came to the video. Now, I don't know if some of these men are brothers or they just guys that just happen upon the page. But, you know, this is not the way that this video was set up or intended to be responded to. So first and foremost, I'm going to take full responsibility because I should have put it in context. Because you just, like I spoke to one of the beautiful brother, Yashalam, you just can't put a video up and think Jake gonna understand the spiritual context. You know, Jake sees some ass in a woman and they lose their damn mind, right? They lose their fucking mind, right? So one dude, he was like, woo, beautiful. You know, a lot of you Jakes, you incels, you in the crib, jacking off all day. You ain't got no woman, you know what I mean? So you don't know how to act when you see the woman. And that's why a lot of times the woman becomes your downfall. As the scriptures say in the book of I believe it's First Esdras. Let me get it. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, it might be First Esdras, chapter 4. Let me just bear with me, brothers. Chapter 4, right? Let me see. Just bear with me, brothers. It's right. So that yeah, this is the book of First Esdras chapter 4, verse 26, right? And I'm gonna get it in the G&T too as well. First Esdras chapter 4, verse 26 in the G&T, right? You got First Esdras chapter 4, verse 26 in the G&T as well as in the KJV. So I'll start off in the KJV, right? It says, yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sake, right? And in the G&T it says, some men are driven out of their minds on the account of a woman, and others become slaves for the sake of a woman. And you see that constantly in this society that we live in, where the woman is supposed to be the servant, right? The woman, she's not supposed to be the master. She's not supposed to be the equal. She's a subordinate. But men, they see a woman and they lose their mind. Like you see this one guy, he was like, whoa, beautiful. I don't know what this means. I think the brother said run from the nigga woman, run, right? And there's another one says what else? Eve out here desperate, which is true, right? See, this brother saw the context, but it was some men that didn't. Like this one dude said, hell no, you know what I mean? The one I want to get the other one. This one, humble, hopeful, like it says, well, I'm speechless, LOL. And this one right here, this is the one that made me want to really speak about this. The meek are loved too. He says, I ain't going front. Her body tight. You know what I mean? Like, bro, like you losing your mind over first of all, this is a 5-year video. Second of all, this woman, she's the least of that should be on your mind. You know what I mean? But that's what Jake saw. Jake saw the carnal part of it versus the spiritual aspect of it. Again, that's why I entitled this lesson, Luke, Isaiah 4:1 is not going to be a Luke video. It's not. It ain't going to be a sex show. I ain't saying you're not going to deal with your women the way you deal with them, but you ain't going. It ain't about popping pussy. It ain't about what you call it, elevating the woman because of her body, because of she looks. She's going to be in desperate need of protection, right? Resources, right? Of hope, because she ain't going to have none of that in that day, right? And this video was kind of to show that, to illustrate that during the pandemic, these women were desperate. The guy, supposedly somebody, and this is just a skit, she was making content, but supposedly a man delivered some food, and she was trying to get the man to come in there because she ain't had a man in for so long, right? And that's the kind of desperation that you're about to witness out here, right? It ain't a porno, Luke, because that's what, if brothers are familiar with Luke from the 2 Live crew, he used to make these what's they called? He used to make these raunchy videos where women were shaking their ass, popping pussy and shit. The whole song was about that. Just like modern music today is surrounded by that. And I don't know who this guy is, but he claims it's this dude named Robert Mann says a woman don't need a man. Yeah, until they need a man, right? Till they need a man, and that's the point. And so I wanted to give I was going to take the video down. I ain't do it for views or nothing. I just reposted it because it was unlisted, and so I listed it. But I see that Jake lose their mind behind some box, man. Just the image of it, and that's how you know we in captivity, right? Because you losing you going out of your wits for a woman for no reason, right? And that's how it be on social media. This is why the most egregious looking woman, the most what they call it, it's a word for ugly, but instead of saying ugly, homely, the most homely looking woman, she can be 300 pounds, morbidly obese, a ton of kids. And the nigga in the comment section would be like, "Oh man, she's so beautiful, oh so beautiful," and all you see is a bunch of heart emojis. Like this dude put heart emojis like she was going to respond, and this ain't even her page. But the dude put heart emojis, the tongue out, and just losing their mind behind some age restricted box, man, based on community guidelines. You see, and that it shouldn't be that way, right? But Jake's so hard up in this society that they done lost their total inhibition. And this truth teach us temperance. It teaches us patience. It gives us hope, faith. You know what I mean? That's what this is about, bro. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about ass and titties. I'm not even going to play the video because brothers already saw the video. If you didn't, you ain't missed nothing. You know what I mean? But, yeah, it says God put a man to sleep to make woman. That's a big deal. I thought, no, you don't understand that. This guy, Robert Mann, doesn't understand that. He's just talking, right? But I got that precept right here. It's the book of Ecclesiasticus 25-21. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. Exactly, bro. Because you don't know what this woman got going on. She can have a man and still be looking for another man. So you get caught up in adultery. She can have diseases. You know what I mean? You just see ass and titties and you lose your mind. The scripture says, stumble not at the beauty of a woman and neither desire her for pleasure. In the NLT, it says, in the GNT, it says, verse 21, never lose your head over a woman's beauty and don't try to win a woman because she is wealthy, right? You know what I mean? Like you see a woman, you're supposed to lose your mind over her, bro. It's just a woman. It ain't the only piece of pussy that the Lord made. It's mad women out here, bro. Like, and beyond America. So, these women don't understand that the real prize is the man, particularly a man of the Lord. And one of the bros posted the precept up. I'm gonna get it. This is from the brothers GMS Salvation of the Elect, Isaiah 32:2. And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind and a covert from the tempest, as the rivers of water of a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to verse 1. Isaiah 32 and 1. Isaiah 32 and 1. Because whenever you talk about the woman, whenever you show pictures of the woman, Jake lose their fucking mind, man. That'd be the highest peaking videos, man. You know what I'm saying? And Jake just lose their mind, right? Actually, this is not the one I wanted. It says fine gold. This is Isaiah 13 and 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than a golden wedge of Ophir. Now let's look up that word for precious, right? That word for precious in the Hebrew is yakar, right? Yakar or yaquar, right? Which is esteemed, to be prized, to be valuable, right? Because in this society, men are not held as valuable and prized unless you have money or you have some resemblance of power. It's condition based, right? Because that's what women really respect is power, right? That's the only thing they respect, right? So in that day, a man of the Lord, a man of Yahweh Shem Shah is going to be more precious than fine gold. He's going to be prized. He's going to be valuable, be costly, be appraised, right? Listen right here. To be precious, be highly valued, right? Because in this world, as men, we don't get to be high valued here. You know, it was a big deal some years ago when Kevin Samuels was alive. He brought out the term high value man, and it made the whole world go upside down. People lost their damn mind. Women lost their mind thinking that, oh, I deserve a high value man, even though you're a low value woman, right? I could dictate to a high value man. You had women that had 2 and 3 kids by 2 and 3 men that were overweight, obese, jobless, educated, all of that shit, and they weren't even worthy of having a high value man. But in their mind, they needed to do it. Like that one woman asked Kevin Samuels, how can I get a high value man? He said, you need to be reincarnated. Straight up. And a lot of you women are going to be reincarnated, and then you will be given to a high value man, which is going to still be a man of the Lord, not a man flowing in money, not a man flowing in symbolic power or access to resources. No, it's going to be a man of the Lord, a man that fears Yahweh B'Shem Shai. That's the highest value man on the planet Earth. And a woman that fears Yahweh B'Shem Shai, she's going to be valued in the eyes of a high value man. Let me get that real quick. It says this Proverbs 31 and 30, favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth Yahweh B'Shem Shai, she shall be praised, man. And these women in that time of trouble, they're going to fear Yahweh B'Shem Shai. That's the reason why you're going to have the elect woman, right? We speak about the elect women. It's going to be women that's going to be saved, and they ain't going to be all in their fucking 40s and late 20s. A lot of them going to be young women, right? Women that just passed the flower of their age, right? Women that are still malleable, that still understand the strength of a man and the importance of a man. You're going to have grown women too, but a lot of these women that you see out here in this world with the fingernails, the crazy fucking feet going on, that, you know, taking your damn clothes off, all of that other shit. You know, you Jakes, you just lose your mind when you see a half-naked woman. That's why OnlyFans makes billions of dollars, right? That's why OnlyFans makes billions of dollars monthly, because you got guys out there that's buying pussy online, man, just so they can go, you know, give into the lust, because they see the outside of a woman, but you don't see the inside of a woman. And again, the most important aspect of this is the man, right? And then so I want to go to Isaiah chapter 4. Actually, I'm gonna start in chapter 3, the latter verses in Isaiah chapter 3, because you hear a lot. You know, you got people at the track like Nate. Oh, you have multiple wives. You just want to have sex and orgies. It's not about that, right? It's going to be hell on earth. So there's certain women that are going to fear Yahweh B'Shem Shai and see a man of the Lord and get into his space, and they're going to flow with that man, right? Because we live in a world around where the guy Robert, whatever his name was, he said women don't need no man, right? That's what he said, right? A woman don't need a man, right? But she does, because she was created for the man, Let me get that real quick before I go there. It's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11, right? And it says, well, I'll start it says, be ye followers of me, even 1 Corinthians 11 and 1. Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Hamashiach. Now I praise you, brethren, that you remember me in all things and keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is the Most High. So here it is giving you the divine order, right? The head of every man, particularly talking about the Israelite man, the elect man, is Hamashiach, which is Yahweh Shai. And the head of Yahweh Shai and the head of the woman is the man, right? Is the man. And it's not for her to dictate, well, as long as you get these Christian women talking about, as long as you follow Christ, then I'm gonna follow you. No, bitch, you still gonna have to follow me because I'm your head. I'm over you. And I know you don't like the crass language that I use. You ain't gotta watch the videos. But this is used to emphasize a point, right? That the woman is always subservient to the man, just like the man is subservient unto Yahweh Shai is subservient unto the Most High Yahweh. That's order. So it says, but I will have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is the Most High. Let me skip down. It says, verse 8, it says, for the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Let's read that in the NLT and the KJV, because I know, AMP, it made people lose their mind. It says, for first man didn't come from woman, but the first woman came from man, right? Because the first man was created by the powers, right? Men were developed on the earth, just like men and women were developed on the earth. It says in the AMP, for man does not originate from the woman, but the woman from the man. Let's keep on reading. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. Right? We were created to serve Yahweh B'Shem Shah as the men. Right? The women were created to serve us. Right? As the woman, she's the servant. That's what the word woman means. It means servant, slave. But she don't want to hear that in this society. Right? I just want to read this in the NLT, in the AMP. And a man was not made for woman, but the woman was made for man. For indeed, a man was not created for the sake of a woman. Like we weren't created for the sake of the woman. We were created for the sake of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. But the woman, for the sake of the man, the woman was created for the sake of us to what? To be a what? A helpmate, a servant. Right? And you got Jake losing their mind for the servants, whether they the heathen or a woman. You got Jake, you exalting the servant above the master. That don't make no sense. Right? So when you look up in the etymon, the word for woman, right? The word for woman, right? It says a female human, Middle English, women. I'm gonna skip down right here. Woman. It says an alteration of the earlier wife man, plural wife men, because you could have more than one wife. Woman is what? Female servant. To who? To the man. Because we are servants unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, and the woman is supposed to be a servant unto us. You ain't supposed to be getting all googly-eyed, losing your damn mind because you see a servant, right? Same way with the heathen. You see what the heathens do, you lose your mind, and you start to follow after them, and then you become the servant, and they become your master. And that shit is out of order, right? So going back into Isaiah chapter 3, right, in the latter verses, right here, it says, Judah's woman denounced. Let's skip down right here. It says, verse 24, and it's leading into Isaiah 4:1, right? Isaiah 3:24, and it shall come to pass that instead of the sweet smell, this shall be stink, and instead of a girdle of rent, instead of a well-set hair, baldness, instead of a stomacher, a girdle of sackcloth, and a burning instead of beauty. And this is the reason why you see the women of Judah are through. You got some nice looking women, but for the most part, they're through. Bald headed. They all wearing wigs, especially here in America. They all wear wig caps, right? Got the fucking corn braids in their heads with a Elamite hair on their head, sweating, all different colors, bugged out. They stink. They fat. They out of shape. They morbidly obese, right? Verse 25, thy men shall fall by the sword and thy mighty in the war. right? And so it's going to be a lot of men that are going to be put to death. You got women out here screaming about, not like this woman, desperate for a man in 2020, right? But how much more when all hell breaks loose and the war, the great war start, and most of these men get what? Drafted into the war. These young men, these middle-aged men get drafted into the war. Right now, you got women claiming that ain't no men out there, because all you women want to live a life of pleasure. But there's going to come a time where it's not going to be a lot of men left. There shall be so few men left. Right? Yep, Isaiah. Oh, that's at least in Isaiah 4. Says the phrase, there shall be few men left, describing severe apocalyptic judgment on earth due to disobedience. Let's go to Isaiah 24 and 6. Let's go to that real quick. Isaiah 24 and 6. Isaiah 24 and 6. Right? Right? Therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. Because what? Like it said right here, the apocalyptic judgment that's going to be happening on this earth, right? And that includes that great war, World War III. It says the phrase, there shall be so few men left, primarily refers to a biblical prophecy in Isaiah 24 and 6, describing a severe apocalyptic judgment on earth due to disobedience, where inhabitants are burned and survivors are scarce. This scene of extreme devastation is often linked to scarcity of men following war. You see? So here it is. It's going to be, it's already in a use in the woman mind. There's not enough valuable men, right, to attract. And you got all these women running around here thinking that they deserve one man unto themselves. And so they're thinking like, look, I suppose he belong to me. He can't be with nobody else. This is mine. That's not how this works. That's backwards. The woman is the possession of the man. The man is not the possession of the woman. Right? A man, particularly Israelite man, we're allowed to have as many women as we want. But there's a responsibility behind that. It's not a Luke show. It's not a Luke video. It's not an orgy. It's not a porno. It's not a fucking a Nelly video. What's that? He had the credit card sliding down old girl ass crack. No, it ain't that, bruh. It ain't that. There's a responsibility that comes with everything in this world, including having wives, right? And if you're not fit for that, if it is not expedient for you, then that's not something you should be trying to run to. But it is allowable. The scriptures say that it's not prohibited, but you got to do all things in what? Decency and order. So again, in that day, the reason why all of this is happening is because there's going to be so few men left on this world that these women are going to have to click up. And they're going to have to get with the program. Get with the program. What you like, what you see. I forget who sing that. You better put a hold on me. Yeah. Hey, the brother Kahan. Hey, Kahan, I see you on. If you free, brother, he might be at work. But if he's not at work, man, I'll shoot you the link, bro. And you can jump on too. If I see the brother Kahan is on here. Just bear with me, man. Just bear with me, brothers. I see the brother Kahan is on here. I'll post a link, and you can join in if you want. I'll post a link to the comment section, brother. And you can jump in if you want, brother. Right? The brother Kahan posted, what you read this earlier, we'll read it again. Isaiah 13 and 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Right? So let me go back to because I'm all over the place, but just bear with me. Let me go back to Isaiah 3 and 25, and then I'll go back to 1 Corinthians. Right? So it says, thy men shall fall by the sword, and the mighty in the war, and her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. So real quick, I'm gonna go back to Isaiah. Isaiah, 1 Corinthians chapter 11. No, I'll finish that. So let's go into Salaki. Let's go into chapter 4. This is directly the following verse. Because there's so many men are going to be left out of the earth, guess what? In that day, right? In that day of trouble, in that day of great tribulation, in that day of great that day of great absence of men of value, because there's gonna be men out here, but these guys ain't gonna be men of value. They ain't gonna be men of that fear Yahweh. Most of these men are not gonna be men that fear Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Most of these men are gonna be scared themselves, right? Lose their fucking mind and panicking. Why? Because they ain't got stability and knowledge and wisdom and understanding. You see? So it says the remnant prepared, because there are women that are prepared to be part of the remnant. It ain't just a bunch of men that's going to be saved. Come on. We're going to have children. We're bringing them back. So it says Isaiah 4:1, in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. And that's desperation. And that's the reason why I posted this video showing you the desperation of the woman. Right? It wasn't to be gloating over her body or her nakedness, because this is a shame. A woman shouldn't be doing this shit. But we live in the attention economy where attention is currency, especially to the woman. It don't matter if it's negative or positive attention, right? It's a currency. They lose their mind to the point you niggas think you actually talking to you niggas think you actually talking to the woman. Hey, the brother Kahan just came in. Hold on. Hey, shalom. How about you now? Shy about that's my thought. Shalom, brother.
Hey, shalom. How about you, my shy?
I'm sorry. Hold on. The brother the Gabar, he said read it in the MSP translation, Malak. So I'm not sure if that's the same, if Isaiah 4:1, but I'll read it. I'm gonna see if I can find it, and I'll pass it to you, brother. Give me a quick second. I'll pass it. I just want to see what he's
talking about. I'm just about to get to my house, so I'm on the phone right now, but I'll be there in a couple of seconds.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. I just want to read this. The brother said read it in the MSP. I ain't never heard of the MSP version. The MSP version. Let me see if I can find that MSP version of the Bible. I think he might have been AMP. I think he might AMP. I think he might have been AMP. MSP. I never heard of the MSP, brother. You gonna have to help me out. This brother right here. But go ahead, brother. You got something to say, Khan?
No, yeah, like, what you were saying, these women, they have this pride on them, because right now everything's accessible to them. And like we always say, Esau created this world, catering to the woman, man. And right now they have, the advantage of being able to get pretty much that day, all that commodities. And you were talking about being
breaking up. Salaki, you broke up, brother. You broke up. Come on. Repeat what you said. No, you good. Just repeat what you said, brother.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, we can hear you, brother. Hello? I'm sure that brother might be back. Salaki.
Yeah. You want?
Go ahead. Bring it out, brother.
Can you hear me, or is it cutting up too bad?
No, we can hear you now, brother.
Okay. Yeah, I was saying, these women have access to pretty much anything they want right now, because, the society's still in place. But when the time of judgment comes, all of that's going to stop, man. All the influx of money, of attention, of these men, you mentioned being a few men left because of the war, man. Ain't nobody going to be simping out for these women in that day of judgment. And like we've always said, all you women that are out here being whores, showing yourselves, promoting your body and all this stuff, you're becoming targets for that day, man.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And the brother, I ain't even know this existed, bro. The MSG version, I'm looking for it right now. The MSG version of the Bible, bro. Check this out. I'm just seeing if it's on the blue letter. Look, listen to this. and I ain't. This is heavy, bro. This is heavy. This is super heavy. This is going to align what we was talking about. I just want to see if it's in here, brother. Just bear with me, K Zaquan. Oh, MGMT. I think it says MS. He says the MSP. So I'll just read it right here. MSGNT. Yeah, let me read it right here. Let me see if I can. Let me see if it pop up. Nah, that's in Greek. That's not. Hold on, brother. Just bear with me, brother. I'm sorry.
What is the version?
That's in Greek. The MSG, the MSG. But it's not on a blue letter. It's not on a blue letter. But I'm gonna read it anyway. I just got to make it a little bigger. So just bear with me, brother. I'm sorry. Come on, bro. Come on now. All right, check this out, brother. Check this out. Listen to this. It says Isaiah 4:1 in the MSG version. It says that will be the day when 7 women will gang up on one man, saying we will take care of ourselves, get our own food and clothes, just give us a child, make us pregnant, so we will have something to live for. So when you in our culture, when you have sex, that's marriage in the eyes of Yahweh Shema Rashad. So these women are going to say, lay with us, make us pregnant, because then they know that they protected by our house. They're in our house. So these women will be like, yo, have sex with me, bro. You see? And they ain't saying it's an orgy, man. It's a one at a time thing. But this is the spirit that women gonna be in that day. This is heavy, man. I ain't never heard of this. You hear that, Zaquan?
Yeah, kind of. That's heavy, man.
That's heavy as shit.
Shine to that brother too, man.
Yeah, why do you how about y'all shot for that brother for posting it up? I ain't never heard that before, bro. That's heavy, bro. The brother from Straight Gate also posted the same preset, man. We're gonna start using this, start bringing this out, man. This is heavy. Jake don't understand that, man. And then guess what? It's responsibility that come behind this. But these women gonna take care of themselves, including them children that come out of that. Because they want to have something to live for. They going in that time they gonna have nothing to live for. All the vanity is gonna be done away with. All the bullshit lies, the escapism is gonna be gone away with, right? The brother said this happened in the ancient. The brother said this happened in the ancient when Babylon seized Jerusalem, and it's gonna happen again. The scriptures say that there's nothing new under the sun, right? There's nothing new under the sun. The brother says, "Yeah, I got it, brother." He said it's found on the Gateway app. So you get the Bible Gateway app, and the MSG is on there. I'm gonna start reading that because that's heavy, man. Because that show you that, like in this world, you get a woman pregnant, you be scared because she's gonna put you on child support, take the kid away, all of that shit. She don't even care that the child is yours and is a part of your house. She just do what she want with it. But in that day, they ain't gonna be on that type time, and they gonna be taking care of themselves. They ain't gonna be asking you, "Hey, you need to buy me this. You need to bring this here. You need to get this food here." And all this other weird shit. No, they're gonna take care of their own stuff. They're gonna feed themselves, they're gonna clothe themselves. The only thing they're gonna want is to be attached to a man of the Lord. And that's the significance in that, right? Like the brother said, Khan, no fake hair, no fake nails to spend all their money on. Exactly. Because they ain't gonna have no money. They ain't gonna have no money. They're just gonna what? This is the MOTB, right? Everything gonna be restricted money. So all of that going to the nail salon, trying to get pampered yourself, man. The scripture says, she that lives in pleasure is dead while she liveth. You know what I'm saying? So here it is. The pleasure is going to be gone in that day. And now reality going to set in, right? No more filters, right? Your hair going to be the way it really look, bald or unkept, right? But it says like what? 7 women, which is a complete number. They're going to gang up on one man of the Lord. Right, I like the way it reads in the NLT as well. Hopefully, it shows up in the NLT. It says, "In that day, so few men will be left that 7 women will fight for each man, saying, 'Let us all marry you.'" And we told you what marry is. "We will provide our own food and clothing." only let us take your name so we won't be mocked as old maids, man. You see? To take away the disgrace. Because they don't want to be disgraced out here. To take away their shame. Right? These women going to be begging. They're going to be lined up. So there ain't no reason to be simping over no woman because of what she so-called look like, bro. Right? You should be ashamed of yourself if you're doing this. You still leaving comments on the people's board or pages about heart emojis, you know what I'm saying? And tripping off of what do you say, brother?
The dudes be like a queen.
Yeah, queen, my love, you so beautiful. And bitches don't respond to that shit. They get men telling them beautiful always, even if the bitch ain't beautiful, niggas be telling the bitch she's beautiful, bruh. I seen this one bitch, she was smoking cigarettes and she had all these bumps and shit all on her. She had all these fucking scars on her face, like she had chicken pox. And some nigga gonna call that bitch beautiful, bro. I was like, nigga, what? That bitch is completely ugly. But niggas be so thirsty, they don't know how to act, man. Right? And then your thirst take over your spirit. Right? Your carnal thirst. You ain't thinking in the spirit. You ain't using discernment. Because that's key in this walk of ours. It's spiritual discernment, man. Like it's like I don't know if you remember that scene in the movie Matrix where the woman in a red dress in the Matrix and what did my man what's this nigga say?
Morpheus.
Morpheus said hey, he says right here, he says freeing yourself from the sensomotive beauty standards and gender roles, passing trans woman. This is crazy. No, what did he say? He's like, you looked at the woman in the red dress, look again. And it was a fucking agent, bro, with a gun to his head. Right? He got all excited because he seen a nice looking woman walking down the street, and Morpheus said, look again. Right? Look again. You know? And that's what you don't understand. The woman that you looking at, you gawking over, she could be a fucking agent, man, for your destruction. And most women are. Most of these women out here are destructive in nature, period. You know? So there ain't nothing to be losing your fucking mind over, bro. When you see a little bit of ass or you see a little bit of titties, a little bit of thigh, you know, let's try to look at things more spiritually. But again, it's about context. You know, Jake need context. If you speak to Jake without context, he gonna lose his fucking mind. You got it, Zaquan.
I was holding this in First Timothy because that precept you read. What version was that?
The MSG.
The MSG.
Yeah.
It said, "Give us a child," right? So
Yeah.
First Timothy 2:15 it says, "Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing, if they continue in the faith and charity and holiness which are burdened."
That's right.
Yeah, because ultimately, again, you know, once you marry, which is through sexual intercourse, the goal is to have to bear children, so that man could be your covering. And as we're going into, man, in that day of judgment, only the men of the Lord are gonna be a covering, because all these other men, they're not gonna have protection from the Heavenly Father. They're gonna be, judged. Yeah, man, that pride, that the pride that's on these women today, man, it's crazy. It's unbelievable. And then, they boast about it. It's like they're not even humble with it. Like, oh yeah, I'm a beautiful girl, or I'm a beautiful woman, I'm gonna try to be humble. Nah, they just get more proud and more boastful about it. And then they want men to pretty much be their servants.
Yep.
And shit, there's so many men out here actually being servants for these women, that these women really believe that they're entitled to it. Like, yeah, that's how life is supposed to be. That we're supposed to rule over the men, and they're supposed to do whatever we want them to do. And that's not so, man, because women are carnal. Like, they just want the shit that feels good. Like, oh, that's why they always saying, oh, I feel like. They never fucking have a conversation with you and say, you know what, let's look at the most logical point of whatever issue we're having. No, they're always gonna bring the I feel like, because it's everything about how they're feeling, man, and
Yeah.
that's a sign of you pretty much being in the flesh. So you can't let these women lead, man, because they're always gonna let you or lead you into some carnal bullshit, man. That's why the Lord, there's a precept in I think it's in the book of Proverbs 31 or 30,
Yeah.
that the scriptures tell you, as a matter of fact, I'll get it real quick.
I got Proverbs 31 already up, 31 and 30. Favor is deceitful and the beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. Is that it?
No, it's you know, it says King Lemuel or something like that, that his mother's speaking to him, that says,
yes,
give not thy strength unto women.
I got it right here, verse 1.
Okay.
This Proverbs 31 and 1. The words of King Lemuel, the prophecy that his mother taught him. What my son, and what the son of my womb, and what the son of my vows. Give not thy strength unto a woman, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. And that word for strength is your wealth, right? Your money, your substance. In the AMP, it says, don't give your generative strength to women, neither foreign women's. Let me read that again. In the AMP, it says, do not give your generative strength to women, neither foreign wives and marriages of alliances, nor concubines, nor your ways to that which destroyeth kings. And the NLT, it says, don't waste your strength on women and on those who ruin kings, man. Right? And that word for strength there, and this is from a woman, right? That word for strength there is hayal in the Hebrew, hayal, which is, it says strength, efficiency, wealth, army, strength, ability, efficiency, wealth, force, army. You ain't supposed to get that to no woman.
That's right, man. And if you notice, Salagia, brother, if you notice, you know, how did these women get so boastful and proud and all that shit? Because there was simp ass dudes just giving their money away to these women. They weren't getting no box. They weren't getting nothing from these women, but they're just out here just giving them their money, man. You see? And now these women walk around with all this money. They got access to pretty much anything they want, and they're so proud about it. It's disgusting, man. And they're just whores, right?
And now the whores are being treated like women of value, and they don't have no value, right? That shit is upside down. I like this precept the brother posted up in the Sirach 36-21 in the GNT. It says, a woman has to take any man as a husband, but a man must choose his wife carefully. You see? And that's true. Right. That's absolutely true. That's why I think that's the same precept where it says a woman will be with any man. Let me get that real quick. Sirach chapter 36. Sirach chapter 36. And what is that? 21. Sirach 36 and 21. It says a woman, and in the KJV, a woman will receive every man, yet is one daughter better than another. So in the GNT, like the brother posted up, it says what? A woman has to take any man as a husband. So it ain't about your looks. You know, if her father agreed with that man's family or with that man, she gotta go with him, whether she think he's handsome or not. Whether he's, you know, fat, skinny, small, don't matter. And that's why you see women with any kind of man, right?
Yeah.
All these women out here, they want the romanticized version of life that they've been showing on TV, what they think is handsome. But really, women don't want no handsome man. Women just want a man that's you know, that can provide and protect, right? Whatever that means to them, right? That's why you see the baddest women with the most out of shape Edomites. Big ass bellies, little ass fucking bodies, old, fucking decrepit. And she talking about she love this man. Right? Because he giving her something that she wants or that she needs. So it says, but a man must choose his wife carefully, right? Because you fuck around, get the wrong woman, and she'll destroy your life, man. You fuck around, choose the wrong woman, and she has no value to you. She adds no value to you. Right? You choose the wrong woman and she'll siphon everything up out of you. Look at all these athletes, man. They choosing these bitches because they got big butts. They got a couple dollars, so now they can get all the porn stars they used to jack off to. They can get all these Instagram models and shit, but none of them bitches is worth nothing. Come to find out, the bitch gets you pregnant. I mean, you get the bitch pregnant. Now she getting $40,000 a month in child support, and you on the hook. You got to play basketball for the next 18 years, shooting a fucking hoop because this bitch got your nuts in a grinder, right? So you got to choose your woman carefully, bro. And in that day, we gonna have a spirit to choose our women carefully. It ain't gonna be any woman that just run up to us. Hey, even BBD told you, never trust a big butt and a smile. That girl is poison. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, man. You got us going.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you gotta be on that 50 Cent spirit, man. That PIMP song that says,
Oh yeah.
A bitch can't get $1 out of me.
Yeah,
it's not that, we got to be pimping bitches out, but, you can't be simping, man. A woman is as the scriptures say, he that begetteth a wife, begetteth a possession, a help like unto himself. Yeah. And that's why going into what, you were talking about, men have to choose their wives carefully, because you're supposed to have a wife that's going to compliment you, that's going to help you on your mission, man, not the other way around. We ain't sat here to cater to these women, man, because again, they're gonna lead you to destruction. The women, you've seen many of men, and the scriptures speak about that in the Apocrypha, man. How women have destroyed kings, they've destroyed, men, just because men lose their wits for these women. She wants you to kill somebody. She wants you to go and get you, steal or whatever, and men will do it because they're simping over a woman, man. And that's not how you're supposed to operate. You as a man, especially as a man of the Lord, you're supposed to understand, like, you know what, this bitch is trying to, get me off my course. Fuck that. I'm gonna get rid of her. Right? Because again, all those pleasures that of having a wife and children and yeah, it's cool if you could get it on this side, have a beautiful woman and whatever, that's fine. But to have everything in order, that's for the kingdom, man. And we're gonna see a glimpse of that when judgment comes. When I see a 4-1 comes to pass, we're gonna see a glimpse of it. Because even still, then women are gonna still try to be the first one and give me privilege, because they're gonna feel. They're gonna be fearing for their lives. So in reality, the order that we truly seek, the peace that we truly seek, is gonna come in the kingdom. But we're gonna see a preview of it, if you may, during the time of judgment, man. Because right now we're seeing pretty much the creation upside down, and the order that the Lord created, which is the Heavenly Father, His Son Yahushua, and then the men of Israel and the woman under, it's pretty much upside down, man. You got these women thinking that they're goddesses, that again, that everything has to revolve around them. So you can't deal with these women seriously, man. You can't look at majority of these women and think, oh, I'm gonna make this woman my wife and I'm gonna give everything for her. Nah, man, because they're in the wrong mindset.
Yeah, that's right. And I guess this is a brother that had posted that comment, the last comment I showed right here. He says, I'm sorry, all I wrote was what I thought about that particular woman. Nothing more, nothing less. My apologies if it came off carnal. But even still, brother, I mean, you're a man, so you like women. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but you got to be cognizant and be spiritual. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, we don't know. This woman got trains with her, man. You know what I'm saying? And she ain't the only one with a tight body, man. And it's in that day of trouble, in that day of time, it ain't going to be about what a woman look like. It ain't going to be about, a lot of these women got the fake aesthetics anyway. The fake titties, the fake ass, the eyelashes, the fake hair. But take all that shit off. And I guarantee you won't want to lay with that woman. And then if you find out, you see a spirit that ain't right on her, you really ain't gonna want to desire that woman. So it ain't a threat. I mean, it ain't a personal attack on this brother right here. It's just an opportunity to put this video in context and to give brothers a better understanding. about Isaiah 4:1. That's all. It's an opportunity to edify, brother. It ain't a personal attack on you, and no reason to apologize. You know, you just gotta be more wise, right? You gotta use more spiritual discernment, right? Because at the end of the day, you don't know what you're looking at, but you're gonna understand that. Hey, look, these women are gonna be desperate. They're desperate now. Man, I remember one time I was I was out somewhere just a minute ago. But these black women were so desperate for a man. One woman said she'll take a man with no legs, as long as he got an income. Then they were talking about how they would take a man. Yeah, she was so fucked up in the spirit that she was like, I'll take any man at this point. She was saying, I'll take a man with no legs, as long as he got an income. She don't care if a man is a construction worker. She just want a man. She just want a man. I just want a man. You know how many women are going to sleep lonely at night, playing with themselves, right? But see, these women, they play games. What she really wants, she ain't gonna tell you. You got to tell a woman what she wants. Like my man Daryl from Coming to America. Hey, you got to tell him what to do. Right? It ain't about, she don't get no choice in the matter. He wanted to marry Lisa, which that was his woman. And the nigga Hakeem, he was scheming on another man's woman. It don't matter how he was treating her, how he wasn't treating her. Like, bro, that nigga Daryl was rich in American standards. He told her, he was like, look, man, I'm all for that. I'm all for taking charge, telling them what to do. Because a woman truly wants to be told what to do. She likes that shit. She'll start an argument with you just so you can tell her to shut the fuck up. That's how she believes you love her. You know what I'm saying? Right? So it's at the end of the day, you ain't supposed to be out here giving. She don't get no choice. Right? She don't get no choice in the matter. And a woman will learn to love you even if she don't love you from the beginning. It ain't about love anyway. That's not what marriage is about anyway. Marriage ain't about love, emotional feelings, man. It's an agreement between two families to push on the line of that man's family. That's what it's about. Right? Like the brother said, Yahweh Shai is putting value back on the elect. Starting with the elect man. Because that in this world, we're not held in high esteem. We're not valued. We're not valued for our understanding and knowledge and wisdom of Yahweh Shai. We're not valued for repenting. We're not valued for, not that we want that validation, because we don't need that. We seeking it from Yahweh Shai. But we're the true value, the true high value men that's on this earth are the men of the Lord. Starting with the apostles and the bishop elders of Great Millstone, man. These are true men, real men. You know what I'm saying? Training up other men to be real men. Our spiritual fathers really out here giving us direction and correction in Yahweh Shai. And that's what matters. This carnal shit in this world, it don't matter. Yahweh Shai can make any man rich or poor and overnight. It don't matter. But having money without wisdom, how's that going to help you? Look at niggas today. Niggas get money. Nigga Floyd Mayweather at the basketball game pulling out stacks of money, counting it like it's like niggas really still doing that in 2026. Next to Edomite billionaires that don't even have to do that. Edomite billionaire just go to the game. He got his clothes on and shit. He ain't even got his fucking wallet. He just walking in there and chilling. But Jay got to take things to the next level because they have to have some type of validation to make the world believe that they are valued, right? And that carnal shit, the spirit, when you all entrenched into the carnality, you forget the spiritual aspect of life, the true spiritual aspect of life, which all things that's carnal came from the spirit world. You see?
Right.
So you over here putting the what they call it, the cart before the horse, right? Proverbs 16:16. How much better to get wisdom than gold, and good judgment than silver? Exactly. Wisdom in Yahweh Shai is way better than gold. Good judgment is way better than silver. Now, all these things can be provided to you through Yahweh Shai if that's what he wants for you. But a lot of times Jake ain't ready for it. Just like a lot of times Jake be mad ain't got no woman. Brother, you may not be ready for a woman, bro. Oh, you get a woman, you get a piece of pussy and fall out the truth, man. You get a piece of pussy and lose your damn mind. You'll kill a whole damn room over some used box, bro. Right? It says, We are the wisest men on the entire planet according to the Bible. And if the Bible is the word of the Most High, Yahweh, then the value of the elect is in fact more precious than anything in existence. To Most High, that's exactly right. Because the Lord don't care about your money. He don't care about your status. He don't care about your implied power. He don't care about none of that shit. All he care about is his elect men that are doing what his will, that are being obedient unto him. And that's what matters most. Right? Focus on the kingdom to come. 1 Corinthians 3:19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. For it is written, he taketh the wise in his own craftiness. Exactly, man. You got it, brother.
Well, you know, the scriptures say, seek ye the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Shah first, and all these things shall be added unto you. Right? Because again, our purpose here on this earth is to seek after Yahweh Shem Shah, and ultimately, if we, you know, Lord willing, we be part of the elect, is to what? To cross that finish line, man, undefiled, and you know, chasing after women and all of the lust of the flesh. Those are just obstacles that we got to overcome. And like the elder was going into, man, you know, sometimes the Lord just doesn't want you to have certain things, man, because it's gonna be it's gonna hinder you from doing what you're supposed to do, man. That is what? To seek after Yahweh Shem Shai, proclaim his word, and believe, man. Hold on to the truth. Hey, you said it earlier. You know, men, just because of a woman, they'll leave the truth. Yeah. You know, chasing after a woman for temporary pleasure, man. You're giving up kingship. You're giving up, you know, glory, honor that's gonna come with being part of the elect for a woman, like, and a used one at that, man. Like, damn, bro, like you that fucking desperate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and well, you got a lot of men out there that's operating on escapism. A lot of men out there that's operating on the flesh, and that's why you have to overcome the flesh through the spirit, right? I'm gonna read this from the brother Ancient News. Why don't the ancients knew? Why don't we? Proverbs 8:8-11. All the words of my mouth are righteousness. There is nothing forward or perverse in them. They are all plain to him that understandeth, and right to them that find knowledge. It says, receive my instruction and not silver, and knowledge rather than choice gold. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. Straight up. So the wisdom of Yahweh Shem Shai is extremely precious, bro. Right? Is extremely is extremely precious, man. You know what I'm saying? And you got it, brother.
I was gonna touch, you know, on the subject because of you know, personal experience, man. When I used to work at a strip club, man, and there was all the women you could think of, man. This club had women from all over the U.S. I had free alcohol, you know, women, access to women, all this shit. But I found, or Yahweh Shem Shai found me in there, and he gave me mercy in the club, man. And I came out of all those pleasures, man. Imagine I was like, what, like in my late teens, early 20s when I was up in there, bro. And I could have just went like, nah, fuck it. I want all these women, all the money and alcohol and all this shit. But through the spirit, I overcame, man. I was just like, when the Lord kept introducing me to wisdom, man, I was like, damn, I gotta get the fuck up out of this place, man. This is a bunch of adultery going on. These women have men, you know, they're wicked as hell. All these men out here that coming up in here committing adultery. And I was just like, you know what? Fuck this place, man. And I left because I knew in my spirit, I'm like, yo, fuck that, bro. I'd rather have the mercies of Yahweh Shem Shai than any of these fucking women, bro. You know, and the same thing with any problem brothers is going through, whether it's money, whether it's, you know, family, bro, anything that you can, like we just, the brother just read, anything you can desire cannot compare to having this wisdom. And this is the most valuable thing that you could have, man. It's first and foremost faith, in Yahweh Shemel Shai, and this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. Because through the word of the Heavenly Father, man, which is knowledge, everything is made. So when the kingdom is given unto us, those willing will be part of the elect, we're gonna have everything, man. Everything that you can't even imagine yet. You're gonna have through the Spirit, man. And it's gonna be all in righteousness. Everything is gonna be pure in its pure form. It's not gonna be a defiled woman, or you're not gonna be drinking and eating defiled foods, or having a house where somebody was living in there before doing God knows what, man. Everything is gonna be pure for you only, for you to enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And no more used anything. In this world, everything is used, so-called pre-owned, like new. In the kingdom of heaven, everything is gonna be brand new. Your woman is gonna be brand new. She's gonna be 12 to to whatever age. She's gonna be young, and her womb is gonna be extremely fertile and fresh, and she's gonna be a virgin. She ain't gonna be no fucking used box. Have 2 or 3 kids, been with 1,000 men before she got with you, and you gotta act like this is some brand new pussy. Like, nah, everything's gonna be brand new for you, straight out the rapper, right? It's gonna be everything is gonna be new for you and only for you. Your woman is gonna be yours, right? She ain't gonna be nobody else's, and her spirit is gonna be inclined to you. She's gonna be totally into you. You saw these women you have a woman and you take her to a concert and she's all into the artist more than she is you. Fanning over another man in front of you, man. That's straight disrespect. That'll never happen in the kingdom of heaven. Your woman, there's a song, I only have eyes for you. Her eyes are only gonna be for you. And she ain't gonna get upset because you got other wives. That's gonna be great. Those are her friends, those are her sisters. We good. The one thing they all have in common is you and bringing forth your progeny, your seed. Right? You ain't never got to worry about her committing adultery on you. You ain't never got to worry about you having a place, a home. Yeah, even now, you call yourself buying a brand new house, and the whole family done lived in it for 30 years prior to you getting in there. But now it's supposed to be new, right? Or we renovated some parts inside of it, and now it's a brand new house, and it costs extra money than it's worth because they renovated the back of the house or some shit. But it ain't a brand new house. It in your mind you think it's brand new, but in reality it's just a used piece of shit, right? With somebody else's spirit on it. You know what I'm saying? Right. So you gotta, like the brother said, he said, nah, dead ass. I'm sick of these wicked ass used up females. I think it's supposed to be like females. They really think they box runs the world. Exactly, because they listen to that Beyonce, who won the world, girls, all that bullshit. She's a shit eater, right? Like the brother said, kind of new car smell, bro. You ain't gonna have no more new car smell. It's gonna be a whole car. It's gonna be a new car, a new vehicle, brand new, off the what they call it, off the showroom floor. No miles on it, 0 miles, man. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, man, I just wanted to bring this in context. Again, Isaiah 4:1 will not be a Luke video. And you can go look up your own Luke video. You can look up YouTube and look at Luke videos, man, and see what that's about. That's not what this thing is about, bro. Everything is getting put in order. That's all I had, brother. If you ain't got nothing else, that's all I had.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, man. So, hey, brother, the water for joining. To you all brothers that are joining in on the comment board for the Zaquan Kahan joining in. We'll give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakodash. When they say give double honor to the apostles and the bishop elders of Great Millstone for teaching word and truth and sincerity and for ruling well. And salutations to the elect. Keep pushing, keep striving. Amen. We almost out of here. Hey, shalom.
Hey, shalom.
Hold on, brother. Don't hang up.